Alright guys, it's Jahlon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and as you can see on the screen today, I was going to be talking about Diablo. First came out in 1997, so it's a 23-year-old game. It is a classic, and I do not want to talk bad about a classic in the computer gaming era. I was hoping, I had a lot of hope a couple of months ago when I saw that there was a Hellfire with high resolution support option, that would sort of make the game at least playable by today's standards. You guys know when I review games, I have four really key areas that I dive in on, and one of them is graphics. So Diablo, as available at GOG, is really its throwback to 1997. So other than taking a little minute to tell you that yes, if you are a Diablo fan, you can get that at the GOG Galaxy Store for $9.99. There's not much more that I'm gonna say. Like I said, there are retro gamers out there. I do not want to throw any shade on retro games with dated graphics. And I will say I was a little sad. I was hoping that since they were carrying Diablo, that they would also be carrying Diablo 2, but no such luck. Diablo 2 definitely would have been worth the outdated graphics for. We can only hope that Blizzard listens to its community and eventually does a Diablo 2 remaster. With that said, although I really couldn't dive into Diablo and really do a game review, besides, who needs me to do a game review on Diablo? You either heard of it or you haven't. If you haven't heard about it, I don't really see a lot of people jumping into the original Diablo. A lot of people are gonna jump in for maybe Diablo 3 or they're waiting on Diablo 4. But with that said, GOG did give me a game key for Diablo, and I kind of want to make it up to him. I want to talk a little bit about GOG Galaxy. Now, most gamers are familiar with Steam, and no doubt with the pricing wars that started last year and maybe some of those questionable game title poachings, you've probably heard about the Epic Games Store. What people don't know is GOG, formerly Good Old Games, also has a store up, and they just went through this 2.0 patch with a new, neat, streamlined client. Now, one thing you can see on the screen is that they are advocating that you can organize all of your games across all platforms into one functional library. That's not something I'm ever going to get involved in. Truthfully, I still buy my games direct from the publishers when I can. That's because I'm old, and I like knowing that I am the sole owner of it. However, having three major game suppliers may have some interesting twists in the future. Right now, I'm not seeing any major price breaks. As you can see on the screen, quick check of Cyberpunk 2077, which is like kind of the next big game we're waiting for. All three platforms, it's $59.99. What I will say is that they have made a ton of progress on their 1.2 to 2.0 build, and the key part of that is they're doing what Epic Games Store isn't. They're listening to their customers. I would say that the effort that they're putting in exceeds what the Epic Games Store is doing, but they are still behind Steam. Now, the big part is that when you go to Steam, they just have a huge head start on their setup, on everything they've done. I know a lot of people that I've spoken to, they're big on the way the library automatically shows you all of these things. Not everybody loved the Steam patch that they did not long ago, but I think most people have liked the results. So no matter where you are on the Steam library, you can get pretty much everything you want. I know a lot of people have said that it's the community hub that they're interested in the game reviews and the comments and the built-in forums and some of the other built-in functionalities that Steam brings. But sometimes, less is more. And what you have over at the GOG Games store is, I love the simplicity of their store. I can see a bunch of games by category, everything, new releases, upcoming, what's on sale. I can filter by price. I can filter by some features. I think they need to do a little bit more in this area, but I'm not inundated and I'm not bombarded with what feels like Steam's like aggressive sales tactics. And the truth of the matter is, even if nothing else in this video has meant anything to you, I just want to point out that they do have a free category, and in these COVID isolation times, free is free. So if you need something to do, You can check out GOG Galaxy, and you can maybe find a free game or two to kill a few hours. With that said, guys, I am sorry that the days of Diablo, the original Diablo, are over. I remember it fondly from back in high school, back in college, and I sincerely hope that Blizzard listens to us and gives us a Diablo 2 remaster. Until then, guys, you stay safe during these COVID times. Had to put this video out. You know that I honor all of the game keys that I get. I do put a video out for every single game key I get. I know a lot of you are getting frustrated and unsubscribing on my YouTube because I'm doing videos that you don't necessarily like, and that's okay. If you don't like game reviews, this isn't the channel for you. When I get back to MMORPGs, I'll welcome you all back. Until then, guys, you stay safe in these COVID times, and remember, I am back streaming on Tuesday nights for the next few weeks. Hopefully give you some entertainment if you're bored of cable television. You guys take care, and I'll see you next time. What are you still doing here? Nobody ever stays this long. This is the end screen. Well, since you're here, there's a couple other videos I think you should check out. And all those names, those are my patrons over at Patreon. I couldn't do this without them. So, big thanks to them for all their support.